もう一つ布団あったのに。
You know, we do have a spare futon.
これでいいの。
Don't worry, I'm fine right where I am.
シングルベッドに無理やり二人で入り込む。暖かいけど寝返りを打ったら落っこちそうだ。
Two people sharing a single bed would make for a warm night, but if either of us rolled over, the other was going to wind up clean on the floor.
私が床に布団で寝るよと言ったんだけど、聖子は堅くなにそれを拒んだの。
I offered the bed to her and was perfectly willing to spend the night on a roll-out futon, but she wouldn't have it.
聖子が狭くないならいいんだけどさ。
Well, as long as you don't feel too crowded, I guess this is fine.
あったかくて素敵。このままナオミとチューできたら死んでもいい。
Uh-huh. It's all warm and cozy. I love it. If only I could kiss you like this, I'd die a happy woman. Oh, Seiko.
口を数字の3みたいにして目を潤ませてこっちを見ながら、何を言ってるんだろうこの子は。
With that, she puckered her lips into a shape resembling the number 3 and looked at me expectantly. What had gotten into her?
じゃあしない方がいいよね。聖子いなくなったら嫌だもん。
No, we'd better not. Happy woman or no, I'd hate to see you die.
しまった。
Damn, hoisted.
なんだろう、超楽しい。
I was just thinking, this is really fun.
正直自分でも気づいてる。
It was around that point when I'd started to realize the truth about Seiko.
多分聖子のセクハラとそれを笑ってスルーしている私を傍から見たら、仲良しを超えた二人に見えるだろうなって。
After all, if an outsider were to witness her blatant act of harassment and my complete dismissal of it, they'd assume we're more than friends too. Fuck.
だけど私はもちろん聖子だって全然恋愛的なそういうのじゃなくって。
But it's not like I was actually in love with her. I really didn't feel that way at all.
本当に大好きな友達として。私たち二人の距離感ってこれが普通なんだよね。
I just thought of her as a very dear friend and figured this closeness we had was pretty normal.
だから時々される誤解を解くのが大変だったりもするんだけれど。
It seemed natural, in fact, that our behavior would lead to a third-party misunderstanding every now and again, and I just have to set the record straight.
それはそれで面白いから、私もちょっと楽しんでいたりもするんだ。
But honestly, even when situations like that arose, they were pretty fun in their own strange, silly sort of way.
私ね、友達とめたの初めてなんだ。
You know, this is the first time I've ever had a friend over.
私もお泊まり会って初めて。一人でベッドで寝るよりも全然いいね。あいたたたた。
Hee. This is my first sleepover too. Sure beats lying in bed alone, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you what. Hee. Oh.
あれ、大丈夫？さっきのお風呂場のビンタ強すぎたかな。
Oh, you okay? I might have slapped you a little too hard back then. Did you slap her? I don't recall that.
腰の入ったいいパンチだったぜ。平気だけど。
You sure did put your back into it, slugger. But don't you worry. I'm just fine.
聖子がほっぺたをさすりながらいい笑顔をする。
Seiko was rubbing her face lightly where I struck her, but smiling from cheek to cheek.
ごめんね。ねえねえ、今度さ、聖子ん家に私も泊まりに行っていい？
Sorry again. Hey, how about I come stay over at your place next time? What do you say?
来て来て。弟たち紹介する。絶対来て。
Oh, I say yes. Yes! That way I can introduce you to the little ones. You are absolutely welcome anytime.
ありがとう。
窓の外から差し込む月明かりが部屋の中を幻想的に照らしている。ふっと私の中でまた現実感が消える。
The moonlight crept its way in through my bedroom window, giving the whole room a dreamlike glow. Soon enough, I was beginning to nod off.
私は今どこにいるんだっけ？夢？いや、現実だよ。聖子の体温を感じるもの。
Where was I? Was I dreaming? No, it was just my room. I could feel Seiko's warmth next to me.
でも実は本当の自分は全然違うところにいて、ずっと経験しているこの現実がそこで見ている夢だったりしたら？
Or maybe I was somewhere else entirely, and this whole world, all of my life's experiences, were just one big dream. This goes deep.
眠くなるとろくなこと考えない。
Man, it's hard to form a coherent thought when you're dead tired.
じゃあ明日大変だし、寝よっか。
Well, tomorrow's a big day. Let's get some sleep.
だね。文化祭だもんね。前日にお泊まり会とかチャレンジャーだよね、私ら。
You said it. From a sleepover right into a cultural festival. We're true channelers. Ugh.
寝坊しないでよ。布団ひっぺがして冷蔵庫の保冷剤お腹に乗せちゃうからね。
Don't you dare oversleep. If you do, I'm pulling back the blankets and putting an ice pack on your stomach. What?
大丈夫だよ。私の朝の速さはおばあちゃん並みなんだから。
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm such an early riser. I put middle-aged women to shame.
よーし、言ったね。じゃ、おやすみ。
I'll hold you to that. Anyway, good night, Seiko.
おやすみ。
早っ。
Wow, that was quick.
聖子も疲れてるのかな。気持ちよさそうな寝息を聞いていたら私もどんどん眠くなる。
Seiko must have been exhausted. I could hear her calm telltale grunts and rhythmic breathing, signifying that she was out cold. And it was contagious.
この子びっくりするほど体温高い。昨日の夜は寒かったけどこれはいいや。湯たんぽだ。うん。
I couldn't get over just how much warmth her body was generating. The previous night was so cold, but this was perfect. She was like a hot water bottle.
あったかい。
So warm.
だね。
わ、起きてたの？
You're awake!
ナオミの声はいつだって熟睡してたって聞こえるの、私。教室でもそうでしょ？
I can hear your voice even from the deepest sleep, Naomi. You experienced that before during class, remember?
もう超能力の域ね。てか、授業中寝ちゃダメだよ。
Is that some kind of a ESP or something? What is that? What's ESP? Oh well. And wait, were you sleeping during class? That's not good!
ねえね
Hey, I have a question. Hmm?
え、将来結婚してもさ、変わらず私と一緒にいてくれる？
In the future, even after you get married, you'll still spend time with me like this.
もちろんだよ。急だね、また。
What? Of course I will. Talk about a bolt from the blue.
本当に？
For true?
本当に。当たり前じゃない。私と聖子は何があっても友達。ずっと一緒だよ。
For true. I mean, we're friends, you know. Though thick and thin, and we always be. Through thick and thin, and we always be.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
なーに急に。も
Man, you're really a spaz sometimes, you know that?
聖子がバサッと布団をかぶる。 何この萌えキャラ。友達以上の感情が芽生えたらどうしてくれるのか。
Seiko yanked the covers up her head like some girly anime heroine. If she really did think of me as more than a friend, how was I supposed to react? You know, this is anime. Kinda. You know. Oh well.
ナオミ、ずっと一緒にいようね。
Let's always be together.
うん。おやすみ。
Hehe, you bet. Good night, Seiko.
おやすみ。
Good night.
聖子も私と同じことを考えてたんだ。
Seiko and I seem to be thinking the same thing.
嬉しい反面、なんだかまた照れくさいような変な気持ちになった。
We were both so happy, but there was another side to the coin. There was a certain awkwardness as well. It was a strange sensation.
聖子はやっぱりすぐに寝息を立て始める。こっちを向いて丸くなってる。
Soon enough, Seiko began moaning and breathing heavily for real. She had fallen fast asleep, facing me, curled into a fetal position.
目の前で寝ている聖子の頭をじっと見ていると、不意に手が動いて、そのまま撫でてみたくなった。
As I lay there staring at her head, my hand moved of its own volition and began gently stroking her hair.
おかしい。寝入りかけのテンションのせいかな。不思議なほど自然に。私はそっと聖子の後頭部に手を回してみた。
Strangely, it didn't feel awkward or embarrassing at all. Perhaps because I knew she was asleep. It just felt natural.
そのままお母さんが子供にやるように、ゆっくりと頭に沿って手を動かしてみる。
I slid my hand more toward her back and continued rubbing her head gently, like a mother would her child's.
うん、いい頭の形。丸いな。私はよくわからないことを考えながら、聖子の頭を撫でていた。
What a lovely shape her head was. Perfectly round. I just kept stroking her hair, thinking about this and that.
聖子が私の胸に顔をうずめてしがみついてくる。あれ、寝ぼけてる？
Suddenly, she clung to me and buried her face in my chest. Was she still half awake?
なんか変な絵だけど、今晩だけいいや。
What a strange scene this was. But just for tonight, I was willing to let it slide.
よしよし。いい子いい子。
I'm not gonna say that.
今日夕方から雨降るみたいよ。二人とも傘持って行きなさい。
It's supposed to rain all evening, so make sure you both take an umbrella with you.
はーい。
Got it.
あ、お借りします。ありがとうございます。
Ah, thanks for the loaner.
よーし、元気に行っておいで。篠原さん、デートの約束考えといてね。
Have fun today. And Shinohara, you be sure to think about where to go on that date of ours. Okay.
はい、お母様。
Yes, mother.
誰がお母様？
She's not your mother, you know.
びっくりするほど早起きな聖子に布団を剥ぎ取られて、私はくしゃみをして目を覚ました。
Seiko had woken up ungodly early and pulled my futon away, forcing me up with a chill and sneeze.
髪を溶かして制服を着ると、お母さんが作ってくれた朝ごはんを頬張って、私たち二人は家を飛び出した。
We both combed our hair and put on our school uniforms, then scarfed down the breakfast my mom had made and flew out of the house.
急がないと準備に遅刻しちゃう。
If we didn't hurry, we'd be late for setting up. Oh, things are looking pretty grand this year too.
あ、そうだ。私準備室からお椀運んでくるから、聖子先に教室行っといて。
Yeah, it's really coming together. Ah, but I forgot. I have to get the balls from the prep room. Seiko, you go on ahead to class, will you?
了解。あ、カバン持ってっとくよ。貸して。
Roger that. Oh, and I'll take your bag for you. Give it here.
ありがとう。文化祭、如月祭当日。結構歴史のあるこの学校で、今日は第何回目だったかな。
It was the day of the cultural festival, or Kisaragi Fest. Our school has a whole lot of history to it, and this festival had been a part of it for ages.
中等部から高等部まで、みんな30分後の開催に向けて出し物の準備で忙しそう。超賑やか。
Every student in the junior and senior high alike was busy getting ready for the festivities, which were due to start in around 30 minutes.
後で時間があったらいろんなクラス回りたいななんて思いながら。
I wondered if I'd have any extra time afterward to check out the other classes' projects.
家庭科準備室に洗って伏せておいたお椀を抱えて、私は自分のクラス2の9へ向かった。
We'd previously washed the bowls we were planning to use and laid them out in the home egg prep room. Okay. With those bowls in hand, I proceeded toward class 2 to 9.
いつもの階段を上り、2階の奥にある教室へ向かう。
I climbed the usual staircase and headed toward the usual room, stepping carefully so I wouldn't drop any dishes.
今日、私たちのクラスではお汁粉屋をやることになっていた。
The plan this year was to host a red bean soup restaurant.
教室に近づくと、廊下にまでもう甘い香りが漂ってる。
I could smell the sweet red bean paste more and more clearly with every step I took.
朝ごはんいっぱい食べてきたのに、もう食欲が顔を出す。やっぱり甘いものは別腹だよね。
I'd eaten so much food at breakfast, and here we had even more food rearing its head. But when it comes to sweets, I say bring it on.
おはようみんな。お汁粉屋のお椀ってこれぐらいで足りる？
Morning everyone, these look like there'll be enough bowls for today, don't you think?
おはよう。
Mayu! Good morning.
おはよ
Oh, you
う。
too.
それぐらいあれば大丈夫。
Ah, morning. Yeah, that looks like it'll be plenty.
Oh,
Yoshiki! You were my favorite. Hey.
おはよう岸沼。サトシも。
Morning, Kishinuma. Morning, Satoshi. Naomi.
なんだかサトシが変だった。きょとんとしてこっち見てる。
Hmm.
また寝坊でもしたのかな。
Satoshi seemed a bit out of sorts. He was just staring blankly. Was he still half asleep?
気になったけど、私はまず両手に抱えたお椀を置こうと教室の奥に入っていった。
It bothered me to see him like that, but I literally had my hands full, so I really couldn't dwell on it. I pushed on into the classroom.
足元が見えない。怖いな。落とさないように。
But I couldn't actually see what was in front of my feet, and I have to admit, it was kind of scary. It would be a real challenge to not drop anything.
いやー、ナオミ。おはよう。
Naomi. Good morning, my dear.
ちょっと聖子、お尻触んないで。
What?
おはようじゃないでしょ。
Yeah, Seiko, stop grabbing my ass. Haven't we already said our good mornings anyway?
手の塞がったナオミさんを見て、私が放っておくとでもお思いか。
Oh, but how can I resist an opportunity like this, Naomi? Hands restricted, unable to fend off my advances.
いや、
Look what you did!
ああ、ダメだよ。食器は清潔にしておかないと。仕方ないな。もう一遍洗いに行こう。手伝うわ。
Oh, now that's no good. Our tableware was to be kept clean. Guess we'll just have to go wash it all again. Yeah, I'll help you.
ごめんね。
Thanks, sorry for the trouble. Oh,
そうして始まった文化祭。私たちのお汁粉屋では鈴本さんの用意してくれた可愛い衣装を着て接客したの。
this is too cute. And so began the cultural festival. All day we wore the clothes Suzumoto prepared for us and served red bean soup to our schoolmates. Hello.
彼女は演劇部でいつも舞台の衣装デザインを担当していて、
She had a lot of costuming experience, having worked on that side of things in drama club for quite some time.
それだけじゃなく実際に縫製までしちゃうから、こういう服作るのも慣れたものでとっても出来が良くって。
She even did the sewing herself, putting all her practice to the test, and the kimonos she prepared for us really were all exceptional quality. Fuck!
この衣装が超可愛いと評判になり、中等部から高等部まで全校の生徒が押しかけてくれて、うちのクラスは大にぎわい。
So good, in fact, that they became a center prize for us, bringing in students from the junior and senior high divisions alike. It meant for a busy day.
私たちもサボる岸沼を追い回したり、休憩の時間にはいろんなクラスの出し物を見て回ったりして、みんな楽しい一日を過ごしたんだ。
When we weren't tending to customers, we were chasing after that slacker Kishinuma, or taking time to check out some of the other class projects.
結局私たちのお汁粉屋は校内人気第1位を獲得して大成功に終わったの。
In the end, not only did we have a really fun day, we also wound up being the most popular classroom in the whole festival. All in all, a rousing success.
時計の針は6時を回っていた。
Finally, the clock struck 6.
楽しかった文化祭も終わり、みんなで雑談しながらこの後片付けをしようねって言っていたんだけど、
As our busy day drew to a close, we all stood around talking. We kept saying we should clean up, but that kind of didn't happen.
気がついたら残ったのはサトシと委員長、聖子、森重、岸沼、鈴本さんと私を入れて7人のみ。
Before I knew it, there were only 7 of us left in the room. Satoshi, the class rep, Seiko Morishige, Kishinuma, Suzumoto, and myself.
他の子たちはみんな帰っちゃったみたい。
It seemed everyone else had already gone home.
結局後から来てくれた副担の宍戸先生とお兄ちゃんを迎えに来たサトシの妹のゆかちゃんを巻き込んで9人で片付けをすることになった。
Our homeroom TA, Mrs. Shishido, showed up with Satoshi's little sister in tow, but they were it. We 9 became the de facto cleanup crew. Okay.
おー、片付いた。みんなお疲れ様。頑張ったね。
I remember every one of you. This is awesome. Ah, finally done. Good work, everyone. The place is looking like a real classroom again.
くっそー、バックレて帰りやがった連中、ただじゃおかねえ。
Those dumbasses who went home without helping are sure going to get a piece of my mind tomorrow, though.
私の委員長としての求心力もまだまだということね。
Not much of a class rep if I can't even hold everyone together long enough to clean up after ourselves.
岸沼でさえ残ってるのにね。
Though you did manage to keep Kishinuma here, surprisingly.
うるせえ。
Oh, shut up. He likes Ayui. Oh, yes, that's her. Ayui. Oh.
鈴本さん、あなたと過ごせたこの数ヶ月、本当に楽しかったわ。
Susumoto, I just wanted to say it's been really fun having you here these last few months.
元気いっぱいのあなたに何度救われたかしら。
I can't tell you how many times your positive energy helped bolster my spirits.
みんなあなたのことが大好きだし、尊敬していたと思うの。
Always remember that you're loved and respected.
口には出さないけど、みんなちゃんと見てたんだよ、あなたの人間性をね。
We may not have said much to that effect, but we all been watching you blossom here. Oh, is she leaving? I think she's leaving.
周りを気遣ってみんなを立てて、陰では一生懸命努力してた。
I lent a hand where I could and did my best to help guide you, but ultimately you walked your own path and have become a fine young woman. Fine young man. Fine young woman. Fine young woman. Fine young woman. Yes.
先生。
Miss Yui.
意識もせずにそれが実行できるのは本当にすごいことなんだよ。
It takes a special person to achieve what you've done without even realizing.
あなたの副担任でいられたこと、私誇りに思う。
It's been an honor to serve as your homeroom TA.
向こう行っても元気でね。
I wish you all the best at your new school. Aww, she's leaving. Fuck. This is gonna be sad. Thank you.
そう。文化祭後の連休を挟んで、鈴本さんは転校してしまうんだ。
Unfortunately, this teary farewell brought us all back to reality. During the holidays following the culture festival, Susumoto was being transferred.
今日が実質最後の登校日だったの。
This was to be her last day at Kisaraki Academy High School. Yeah.
みんな鈴本さんのことは大好きだった。
Everyone here loved her, so this was a sad occasion indeed.
本当に裏表のない優しい子で、これから毎日会えなくなるんだって思うと寂しくてたまらなかった。
She was truly a kind person, possessing no ulterior motives and harboring no ill will toward anyone. The thought of her leaving was just plain depressing.
時間も遅くなり、いよいよお別れっていう時に、
But the time waits for no one, and sadly, the time had come to say our goodbyes.
階段好きの委員長が幸せの幸子さんっていうおまじないを出してきたんだ。
As one final hooray, our occult-obsessed class rep asked us to perform some friendship ritual called Sachiko Ever After. That's a really bad idea. Oh no.
彼女はカバンから紙でできた人型の片白を取り出した。
Upon mentioning it, she produced a paper doll from her bag.
どこかの神社で見たことがある悪いことを身代わりに受けてくれるというあれにそっくりだった。
It looked a lot like those proxy dolls you'll sometimes see in Shinto shrines, designed to absorb bad karma in somebody's place.
ビジュアル的に呪いの儀式みたいでなんだか怖い。私以外のみんなもぎょっとしてた。
Visually, this whole thing just seemed like the setup for a Kurt seance or something. It was kind of scary, and I wasn't the only one who thought so. I think so too.
ネットに載ってたおまじないなんだけど、
Hee, this is, well, it's a charm that I found on the internet. Never trust the internet!
これをするとね、その場にいたみんながずーっと一緒につながっていられるっていうおまじない。
If we do it right, then all of us will be together forever.
永遠に友達でいられるんだって。
Or we'll always be friends. Anyway, that's the gist of it.
ほう。
Interesting.
どうやるの？
So, how does it work?
ダメだ。これはダメだ。
Oh! Oh! Wow! They're geniuses! This is fucking great! Oh!
みんな危険だ。これはしちゃダメなんだ。命に関わる。
Seriously, don't do this. It's dangerous. Our lives are on the line.
さあトシ
Satoshi.
命とはまた大げさだな。
Don't you think that's going a bit overboard?
あれあれ
Hmm?
違う。冗談じゃないんだよみんな。
Look, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious here.
怖がりのサトシが必死で嫌がってる。そんなに拒否するほど怖いかな。
Satoshi had always been easily spooked, and in true form, he was pleading for his life that we stop what we were doing. It didn't sound that scary though.
大丈夫よ持田くん。これはいつもの怖いやつじゃないから。
Don't worry, Mochida. This isn't my usual creepy fare.
お前がそんなに意地張るのも珍しいな。
I gotta say, it's rare to see you get this worked up. Oh, this is
怖
a
がるサ
bad
トシをよ
idea.
そにみんなのおまじないは進行していく。彼一人目に涙を浮かべてそれを見ている。
In the end, 8 of us proceeded with the ritual as planned, while Satoshi sat it out of this out to the side, tears in his eyes.
なんだかかわいそうになってきた。
I kind of felt bad for him.
でも鈴本さんのためのおまじないだし、やってあげたいし。どうしたんだろう、サトシ。
But this was for Susumoto. We all wanted to give her the best possible send-off, so all I could really do was silently wonder what had gotten into him.
頼む。やめてくれ。これはやっちゃいけないことなんだよ。どうして分かってくれないんだ。
Please, I'm begging you, stop this. Don't go through with it. Why won't anyone listen to me?
あれこれ本気の時のサトシだ。え、サトシ、何が言いたいの？
He's really serious, like as serious as I've never seen him. What is it, Satoshi? What is it that has you so worried?
同じ日が繰り返されている。俺には分かるんだ。この先大変なことが起こる。
It's a time loop. This has happened before. All of this. I remember it. And what's coming next is worse than you can possibly imagine.
もう終わるからいい子で待ってて持田くん。
Hehe. Sorry, but I'm through trying to convince you. Just be a good boy and wait for us to finish, okay?
繰り返してる。委員長が言ってた騎士官ってやつ？
Time loop. Is he experiencing a deja vu like me? Is some new destiny being born inside of him? Like the class rep had said before.
そういえば、なんだろう。この現場、この空間、このおまじない、なんだか。
Come to think of it, this does feel a little familiar. This room, this atmosphere, this charm.
おまじないの紙人形をつかみながら、私は自分の記憶を遡っていた。
I obediently dug my nails into the paper doll, but all the while, I was frantically foraging through my memories, trying to figure out what I was missing.
じゃあみんな引っ張ってちぎっちゃって。
We're going to pull on it until it rips apart into 9 pieces, okay? On the count of 3.
青ざめた顔をして、サトシが紙人形を掴んで参加する。
With pallid face, Satoshi quickly rushed over and grabbed the paper doll himself. He was joining us after all, it seemed.
ようやく意地を張るのをやめたねと微笑むみんなの顔とは反対に、私は嫌な予感がどんどん膨らんでいた。
Everyone else smiled at him as if it to say, finally you've come to your senses. But I was just starting to get a really bad feeling about this.
あれ、待って、これ本当に。
No, no. There's definitely something wrong here.
行くよ。せーの。
Ready? 1, 2...